Hi people, what's up? It's me Millie and welcome to my second video. Now this video was meant to be a Q&A, but there were some problems with my filming on my camera, so I'm going to do an NYX/other makeup haul instead, just because makeup's something I really like and I think it'll be a fun video to film, so let's get on with it. So the first product I want to show you is something I've got quite new and it's from L'Oreal. And it's their, here you go, I'm not going to use my camera, their Nude BB Cream. Now I actually bought this today, but I've seen the recommendations for it and it looks amazing. And I tried it on the shop and it's just so nice, so smooth, and made my skin feel so smooth. Now it's meant to get rid of like blemishes, even out skin tone, hydrate your skin and kind of work as a primer. And this is meant to go over a new product that I bought that I want to recommend immensely, and this is the NYX, I will get in focus, NYX Pore Filler. Now this is amazing, it has literally become my life and I haven't had it that long. What it is it works as like a primer, but it's kind of a foundation colour, and it just basically any blemishes, any redness you've got in your skin, it just cancels them out and makes your skin all nice and evenly toned. It is so creamy and light and it goes such a long way. Normally with like creams you put some on and they're so oily, and it's not oily, it's really not oily, it's just so silky, and yeah, it's just amazing. So I really recommend getting that one. Now the next thing I do use with my makeup are these. These are my two NYX colour corrects. One is in the green shade and one is in the purple shade. Now I use the purple shades under my under eyes to get rid of any like black circles, black lines, and also if you have any like cuts more than blemishes, it can even them out. Now the green I use in all my areas that are red. I get quite red rosy cheeks and they always look a bit patchy when I apply makeup, so I always use that to even out my cheeks, go down my nose and sometimes on my forehead just to even out my whole face. So yeah, I'd really recommend these two as well. NYX do a colour palette that has, I think it's 6 colours in it that have contouring and all the other colours you need to use your face. I did have one and I really recommended it. It was so nice, it was so creamy. But I picked up these two just because they was the shades I used the most out of it, and I didn't feel the colour palette lasted that long because you only got a little bit of each shade. So yeah, they're really good. The next thing I use, which isn't from NYX, is the Lasting Collections Perfection Ultimate Wear Concealer. Now, I really like concealer because it's nice and handy to have in your bag or in your pocket, and this concealer is just so light and it blends amazing. I'm actually going to show you because I really like it and I know I can trust it. So if you see, I put a bit on my hand there, I don't know what the lighting's like, and then if I rub it in, you can just see how well that patch there, how much silkier that bit looks to the rest of that side. It's hard to see on a camera, but I will get better at these things in time. So yeah, that's really good. Now I also have this, which is also Collections, and it's just the same kind of thing but in a stick, just because I feel like this is better in my pocket. It's not as creamy, so I don't have to worry about blending it, and it just rubs in really nicely if you like find a blemish on your face, or you find that you've got a spot that isn't being covered by makeup. If you just apply some of this once you're out, then it just covers stuff up again. And I also like applying this in the corners of my nose because I just feel that it blends really nicely to the tip of my nose, and it just gets rid of all like nasty spots that can get into like that zone. I think it's this tip of the T-zone, not too sure. Another thing that I bought which lives up to its name is the NYX Wonder Pencil. This is really, really good. I got it in light and fair. A lot of my makeup colours are quite light just because I've got really light skin and I don't like a darker look. I like to be like less tanned. So yeah. This is just the Wonder Pencil. Sorry, my laptop did something weird. That's why I looked down. I'll probably edit that out. See my editing skills. This I use in the corner of my eyes, there and there, to make my eyes look bigger. I also use it down the centre of my nose because it creates amazing lines, and on any small blemishes I've got. I just think it's really good, and it's also really handy if you've got it in your pocket, and it blends so easy. I've never seen like a pencil blend so nice. Literally, it takes nothing. If you just like tap it in a circle, it just blends into your skin, and it's just a really good product. So I know why it's highly recommended by NYX. Now, another thing that I use quite a lot are my powders. Now, I just have a basic NYX translucent powder. This is so I can bake my face. I don't tend to use it for that though. I tend to use it that if I've applied quite a lot of powder to my face and I'm looking a bit orange, just to go through my face and lighten and highlight certain parts, just like down the bridge of my nose and on the corners of my forehead, just so my face looks more even after applying loads of makeup. Now, another powder that I'm loving at the moment is the NYX No Filter. Now, it's just really nice. The actual powder is kind of different to what I'm used to. It's like in a circle, and it was more up. Obviously, I've used it, and I just think it's a nicer shape because it doesn't go all around the edges as much. So yeah, I really like this powder at the moment just because I think it's quite bronzy, but it's also quite, it's called, it's quite similar to them flat not matte powder, and I just like it because I just feel that it blends with my skin very well, and it also just adds a kind of glow, but that's not OTT. So yeah, them two are the two powders I use at the moment. Now, a product that I bought again and again, and I've had this one for a really long time, is my NYX Ombre Blush. Now, it's just really cool. You can see that it's two shades, and as you work in the blush, the shade becomes more like lighter shade fades more into the dark shade. It's just an amazing brush because I can either use the bottom bit and go really dark, or the top bit go really light, or mix the two together. And yeah, I just really love this product because it's not like shiny. I feel like a lot of blushes that I've had are really like shiny and have loads of glitter, and this one's just really, really flat. And yeah, and also NYX powders, I don't know if anyone's ever tried them, but they are so silky. They are literally, they don't feel like powder. A lot of them feel like creams, but they are powder. So they work the same as powder. They blend the same as powder. They're not hard to blend, but they're just so like light and feathery. It is just really, really good. So yeah, that's the main things I use to like prime and set my face, along with my two favourite powders. Now, another thing that I've got into a lot more recently is contour and highlights. And this is my new NYX Contour and Highlight palette. Now, through this, I try and use all the shades. However, some of them are quite dark, and I don't tend to use them as much. The shades I use the most is this, is my, no, other way around. That's my highlight, and I love my highlight just because it's not really prominent. So it's not really like you put highlight on and you can see massive strokes of highlight. It's quite more subtle, but it also applies just quite nice streaky. Another colour I use a lot is the other side, which is that one. And it's just a like tanny brown bronze, and if you've got any areas that are looking a bit dull when you apply it to that, it just comes out really well. Now, another shade I use a lot is that one, just because it's a really nice shade. It's the lightest of all the browns, and it just blends really well, especially if I contour like my cheeks and that. And now the other thing is that comes with this palette that I don't normally see is it's got a banana powder, which is that one, I think. Yeah, that's a banana palette, and I just use it on my forehead or down the corners of my eyes, just because it's a really nice powder. I also sometimes apply that around my eyes if I have really dark circles, just because it smudges out so well. And yeah, this has just been my life at the moment, this palette. I think it was 18 quid, which I think is really good for a palette that is so good. And also with NYX, you can take each individual powder out. So say you went out of the highlight first, then you can just take the highlight out, like so. There you go, shade that out, and go into the shop and say, can I have a new shade of this highlight? They say yes, then you put it back in and get a new one. And this makes the palette last a really long time, especially if the shades that you only use more than others. Your palette's going to obviously last longer. It's also that you can mix and match the colours. I just bought the straightforward palette, but if you wanted certain colours, then you can just pick them out, and that is a thing I really like about NYX. They also do that with the eyeshadows, which I'll be showing you in a bit. Now, going on to eyes, the most important thing of this year has been eyebrows. Now, I have really fair skin, so it's quite hard for me to do my eyebrows, so I invested in a few things for them. Now, a thing that I've had for quite a long time is just this eyebrow pencil. Most eyebrow pencils are like pencil-like, just like the Wonder stick I showed you, but this one is more like cream eyeshadow blend, and it just comes on really strong. I also like how the brush is on the other end. You haven't got to worry prattling about with brushes. You can just literally brush and go, and that is just a product. So since getting this one, I decided to invest in another one that's quite a similar project. However, this one's ombre as well. You have a lighter white shade just to go around your brows and underneath your brows, and this one just works the same as a creamy pencil. So yeah, investing in these. I also bought an eyebrow gel. This is just to help me brush my eyebrows into shape. I haven't used it as much as I probably should have. I use it quite a lot, but I feel like it's gone such a long way. I've had this since my birthday last year, which is in June, so I've had it a very long time, and it's still got loads left, and it's just really nice, creamy, and it's quite light. Normally eyebrow gels are like either white or really, really dark, and this one's just midway between. It's like a grey shade, so yeah, I really recommend that as well. Now, because eyebrows are getting so important, I invested in one of these. This is the NYX eyebrow kit. Now, in the eyebrow kit, it comes with, my tweezers are in there, 4 nice eyebrow powders. You have a light shade, a tan shade, a black shade, and then a really dark brown shade. It comes with 2 brushes, an eyebrow brush, which just has the 2 kind of brush shapes for brushing your eyebrows up. Just a brush to apply the powders with, and then 3 eyebrow stencils that are in different shapes that you just apply and fill in. The main thing I liked about this kit is it actually comes with instructions, and just the fact that my eyebrows can be done and I don't have to worry about plucking them or doing the shape. Once I've got the shape in the stencils and I've plucked around the stencils, then I can just fill my eyebrows in every day with one of the pencils with no fuss. So this was a really good buy, and I know it's going to last quite a long time. So yeah, I also like that you have a variety of stencils, so you can choose which ones are best for you, and the 4 colours is a lot better. So yeah, that's another thing I'd recommend. I don't know if this was 12. I reckon it was £12. Yeah, it was £12. And that's another NYX product. So a lot of my makeup's NYX or collections. Going on from eyes, another important thing to me is my mascaras. Now I have quite a few, they're all NYX. I have a doll eye one, which is just a waterproof mascara. If you're going out just to the shops or something and you're not really worried about your makeup looking perfect, this mascara is amazing. It just pulls your eyelashes up that little bit and keeps your makeup really subtle, and that is one that I recommend. I don't wear it to school. I used to wear it to school. I still wear it in schools and days I have PE, because I know I'm going to get irritated around my eyes more, and if I'm just, my makeup seems to always go horrible after PE. So yeah, that's one that I use when I have PE day. Another one that I used for a really long time was this one. Now this is because I loved the brush. You can see it's really small, but it has like microfiber bristles on the top, so it's never flat, and it was never really clumpy as a mascara, and it just pulled my eyelashes right up, and also I could get, because of the brush tape, get right into the corners and just make my eyelashes get really flicky. Now, a new investment of mine since Christmas is this. It is the NYX Double Stack Mascara. Now, it's very different to anything I've seen before, which interests me in it, and the reviews on it are amazing. So what you do is you start with a normal NYX mascara, which is in black. This comes as a set, by the way, you don't have to buy both. And it's just an angled brush, a bit like the other one, and you just apply that mascara. Now you apply these, which are little gems. They are fibres. They look a bit like fluff, and they are fibres. So you apply them to the mascara, they stick to your lashes, then when you apply another coat of the black mascara, it just pulls everything up, and it's just amazing. And as a duo, it's just amazing, and it makes me, I can normally do my mascara in 3 minutes. I've also found with this that I don't get with a lot of mascaras, if I get it above my eye or under my eye, if I blink or sneeze, it wipes off really well, because of like, I believe it's to do with the fibres. I don't know, or just it's a really good mascara. So yeah, that product has brilliant reviews for a reason. It is an amazing NYX product. Now, going on to eyeshadows. Now, in the shop, I was amazed at how much eyeshadow primers could do. I saw my the lady that showed me around and taught me through the makeup. She put some, so look, I'll show you the difference actually. I'll do what she did because this is what amazed me. So I've got a bit of eyelash primer on my hand. I'm going to rub the primer on my hand. It's a really white colour, which sometimes can be good, sometimes be bad. It matters how much you apply. Sometimes if I apply too much, then it just always looks really like white and it just gets on my nerves. And other times it can be fine if you just have to be cautious with this product. Get a better brush actually. So yeah, so say this colour here, on the palette you can see it's quite a vibrant, like that's the white other one. That's just a really vibrant colour and it's just really bright and it's got a bit of glitter in it. So if I apply that where I've applied the eyelash primer, you can see that it is, you can't see, hang on. You can see that it is basic, can you see that? Let me get it in focus, camera's up there. You can basically see that it's just the same colour as the palette, and also the colour on the brush is really, really good as well. It's there, yeah, there. See, it's really pigmented. Now, if you apply it on something with no like eyelid primer, it is just a totally different shade. It's so much more glossy and glittery, and it just fades, and it's so much more pigmented and just so much more similar with the eyelash primer. Now this kit that I've been showing you is the NYX Ultimate Neutral. Yeah, NYX Ultimate. It's the ombre palette. NYX have an ombre range I thought was really good because ombre was quite a big thing for a big time. And this is just a really nice palette that I invested in. This was 16 quid as well, which I think is quite affordable for an eyelash palette. I also like that it's kind of in sets, so like 1 set, 2 sets, 3 sets, 4 sets, with like the shadows, and also that some of the sets are really plain and some have glitter. So yeah, they're just really nice, and you could like swab and mix them without like making too much damage on your shades. So that is a brilliant palette if you want to invest in a good one. I've used this all the time. I'm using the top lot of shades quite a lot more than the bottom lot, just because I think them ones are a lot darker and I like to do like more of a neutral eye. But yeah, that is just a brilliant palette if you want a new eyelash palette. I also do different ones. I do one that's a bit darker. I do one that are like really pastel-y colours, so that's more your style. Then invest in one of these. But these palettes are just amazing because you have so much variety for price. Another thing I talked about earlier with the highlighting concealer thing is NYX, where you get to make your own shades. Now this is something I've done before. I wanted to create an eye look for quite a long time, so what I did is I got a pink blemish, and if you look, these are connected with magnets, so you can take the shades out, and if you want to get new ones you just refill them and then pop them back in again, and they never fall out. Now this is the thing I thought at first, if I drop the palette they were going to fall out and go everywhere and crack. No, they don't. They always stay in because the magnets only when you take them out. So here I've got a really light pinky shade. It's just really nice and pink and bright, and I put that above my eye. Then I've got a more glittery shade that I put normally on my eyelid. Then I've got a whiter shade to put in the corner of my eyes or above my eye. Then I've got a darker shade to either apply the liner in the corner of my eyes or to go on my eyebrows. And I just feel this is really good to keep in my handbag or like in a mini makeup bag, or just take with me in the car just in case I haven't had time to do my makeup or I just want to top up my eyes. And it is just an amazing palette. And also that I like that I can choose my own colours with this, so I could be experiment if I want, or keep it nice and plain and neutral and specific like I did here. So yeah, that is a thing I use a lot, and I love the mix and match palettes. Now going on to the last product I want to show you to do with makeup is my lipstick collection. Now I started off with these two, which are NYX matte lipsticks. I've got one in like a corally pink shade, and then one that's a bit darker in like more of a, I don't know, it's a rouge pink. So take from that what you will. These are really nice because for lipsticks they last a really long time and they're just really pretty and they stay on. And I also like the shape of them. It kind of molds to your lips instead of like being really, really pointed and going everywhere. So these two is my first investment and I was really happy with them. Now from liking their lipstick, I bought this, which was a new thing they brought out, which is the NYX Lingeries. Now these are amazing. They are a lip gel. The brush itself is just really like not ring, and it's really easy to swab. And if you look at the colour, it matches my lipstick to T. It's really dark though. It looks really dark. It's not that dark. It's quite light, and it just matches your skin tone, and it's just amazing. If you buy one of them and a matching lip, then they're just the best product ever. Now, loving their lip stuff, I also bought an NYX lip primer. I like that they have a lip primer because sometimes when I run out of Vaseline or I don't have time to apply it before doing my makeup or I forget, this is really good because it's quite waxy, so it like protects my lip. Because sometimes I apply like a nice lipstick and my lips just become chapped from it because it's so concentrated. So this is just protecting my lips, and it's in quite a like neutral shade. And it's just so nice, so waxy, and yeah, I really like that. It makes my lips feel really cherished. So my love for NY lipsticks grew, so I invested in this palette. Now this is their new Pinks palette, not their nudes palette. This is their Pinks palette. Now it's just an amazing palette, and I also like that I can mix the shades. So if I want to do a bit more redder or a bit more pink, and I also like that once I've applied it, if I don't like the shades, instead of taking it all off and having loads of smears, I can just apply a lighter shade and they just blend in really well. My favourite thing to do in the moment is go for this the darker shade here, the really light pink shade, and then a bit of the redder shade, and just mix it all together, and it seems to make a really nice tanned colour. So yeah, I really like this. Now that's all my makeup apart from this. Now this is just a contour stick. Now I like to get in this, it's nearly run out, but it just makes my contour a lot more precise if I want to do my cheeks or anything. So yeah, if you want to get one of these and you're more into makeup being precise, invest in one of these. They're just the foundation contour sticks. It's more for foundation, but I use it for contour, which is a bit weird for me. So yeah, so other than the makeup products that I've shown you, there's a few things I do to make sure my makeup stays on top. Now, I'm not going to go into my brushes because at the moment they're really, really dirty and I need to get new brushes. But another thing I use quite a lot is this, which is the matte finish. You can get this in matte for like skin that gets dry, or a different finish that's going to get oily. And it is literally just a water spray. After I've done my makeup, I just apply it and it sets my makeup and it makes it stay pretty much all day, and it really hydrates your skin. So yeah, I'd recommend getting one of these. Loads of different like counters, I'd say, like Rimmel do one. I know Rimmel do a nice one. But the NYX one is just, I buy all NYX makeup because I trust their brand. I think it's cheap and affordable, and I've had this before, and as it's quite concentrated, I've added different products to it, like mineral water by Garnier, and it's just made it last a really long time. So I had one of these bottles since June and it's only just run out, so that is really long for how little the bottles are. Now, another thing that I use to take off my makeup, which I've just kind of discovered because I thought they was quite expensive, but they're actually quite cheap, are the B wipes. Now, B is actually bought by Superdrug. I didn't know that till today, which was quite nice to know. And these are super sensitive mineral cleansing wipes. Now, they're actually what they do. I find cleansing wipes can be really hard. Obviously, I've been testing makeup out on my hand. And if I show you, just with a cleansing wipe, you don't have to rub too hard. But yeah, all that makeup I applied is just gone, and you have no residue, no like dirty marks, and it's just all on. It's quite plain on here, so you can see a bit there. Other than that, I just think they're so nice, and they actually smell really nice. Cleansing wipes sometimes I feel can be like really soapy, and after I apply them, I don't feel that my face feels like greasy or oily. My face just feels normal. Now, another thing I use quite a lot is the Garnier cleansing waters. I normally use the pink one, but I bought the blue one just because I was wearing a lot more eye makeup, and I feel this is better for removing mascara. So yeah, I've seen loads of recommendations, and then it's really good. It's really light. It's cleansing water, which is a lot better for your skin, so I'd recommend them. They're only about £4, but they last such a long time. I normally go through, it says 200 uses. Wouldn't say that's precise, probably because I use quite a lot of it though. I could probably do with using less. So yeah, that's good. And I like that you can get the smaller bottles if you're going travelling or just to keep in your pocket in case your makeup goes really cloudy or you want to take your makeup off. They are amazing. Now, another product I bought today, I can't seem to see today. Ah, here it is. The Blemish Serum by B. Now I bought this today, so I haven't had time to use it. So any newer products, or if I change my downfall of any products after a while, I will review. Now this I picked up today. I've seen recommendations on it. It's just really good. I'm loving the B brand at the moment. I bought a Brie Beauty blender, so I want to do a brush review if I get into their brushes. So yeah, it's just so creamy, so light. And with all the B products, I feel that they smell really like natural and nice, like tea leaves and stuff. So yeah. Now that's the last product I wanted to show you. Thanks for tuning into my video. I was meant to post a Q&A, as I said before, and hopefully that will be going up soon. Hopefully you like my new backdrop, and the lights on my camera is better. My dad did this, by the way, so thanks, Dad, for doing my backdrop. Yeah. Now I have made my channel on Instagram and a Facebook. If you'd like to go follow them, they're under the name mphholden. I've made a new intro and outro, which hopefully I've uploaded with the edit of this video. Anything else I needed to say? Just stay you, stay positive, stay active, like and subscribe down below. I'd also say thanks for all the support I've got on my first video. It hit 150 views in like 2 hours, and that's just amazing and mental. I'm hoping to get more stuff to like expand my YouTube, like tripods and better cameras and better editing skills. But hopefully as my subscribers grow and likes grow and I get better as a YouTuber, and the more videos I do, the more I improve. I've got a few video ideas lined up. So yeah, anything that you'd really like to see, comment down below. And a little disclaimer, people that are leaving hate comments, I'm obviously a new YouTuber, so I'm not going to be like perfect, but I get to the 4th word and I revoke your comments. So if you're leaving hate, it's kind of just, you're wasting your time basically. No one's going to see your comments, and I'm going to just revoke them, and I'm not even probably going to read them. So yeah, thanks to people that have asked to collab. I've got a few collabs lined up, and thanks to people that are telling me to look at their channel. Loads of the channels that I've looked at, I've really liked, and I thought there was really good content. I'm going to expand on that more this week, just if anyone wants to comment their channel down below so I can take a look. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I have been Millie. See you next Saturday's upload. Bye!